Greg Tepper, Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the THSCA Coaching School and Convention in San Antonio. And one of our favorite guests, we're keeping it 100.
100.
With Coach Terry Crawford of the Abbott Panthers. That is a moment in this show's history that has it's got a legacy. It's lived on. Like I think of Max and I, and Max, you're welcome to hop on here too. But I think if you were to pick like a top 5 moments in our show's history, this is almost certainly one of them. You coming on after your state championship win, and it was some benign question too.
Yeah.
And you just said, we're just going to keep it 100.
Yeah. You know, that's hey, it was probably one of my top 5 moments of my life at that time period too, you know. So
I believe we asked what he thought or what the kids thought about where they were picked before the playoffs.
That might have been it.
Yeah, and now that they had won, did he want to be honest about what they thought about those selections?
Yeah, I think that's true. That sounds about right.
That and going into that game, you know, I don't think anybody gave us a chance going into that game either.
You guys were underdogs, decidedly.
No doubt.
Undoubtedly, you guys were. So let's talk very briefly about 2017.
You know, it's going to be a little bit of a down year for us. You know, we hit that lull that small schools hit. You know, that we haven't done in the 20 years that I've been there. You know, a bad year for us was 7-3. You know, and not make the playoffs. We went 5-5 last year, and unfortunately, we've got a lot of young kids coming up. We graduated a lot of kids last year, so. You know, it is what it is. We're just going to trust the process, and we're going to get better.
Well, and I think that's something that, you know, folks focus so much on 6A and 5A football and 11-man football, you know, writ large. But I feel like people may not understand that being between classes is a thing that happens in 6-man football. And it seems like, you know, that's what you're saying, that's where you guys may be.
Absolutely. You know, we've got a sophomore class that I think has a total of 6 boys in or 7 boys in. Yeah. So, you know, we get 3 of those kids out. Well, you know, that's tough.
And that's I'll never forget. I think I was at a coaching school and I asked a coach, I was like, hey, you know, how you guys feeling about this year? He's like, not very good. You know, we got a lot of girls in this class. It's just something that most people don't think about.
Absolutely. And at our level, you got to think about that. You know, right now our girls are rolling. They're top heavy. They got a lot of girls in those classes, but you know, it's in the future. I bet you don't have many 6A guys sit here and talk about their 6th grade class. Yeah. And that's what we're looking at right now. You know, that's our next top heavy boys class. So.
Now, but here's the thing: you're entering your 20th year here at Abbott, and the one thing that I think is really interesting is that you seem to look at these things that 11-man people don't have to deal with as fun. And maybe not fun, but at least part of the job and part of a job that you enjoy. You've now got the skins on the wall that if you went to go coach 11-man, I'm 100% sure somebody would hire you. Why is 6-man the game for you?
Well, I just, you know, when I got into it a long time ago, this is my 27th year in Abbott. I've been the head coach for starting my 20th, 21st, I guess. You know, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. When I got into this game, I was going to be a head basketball coach at the college level. That's what I wanted to do. So going to Abbott many years ago allowed me to coach baseball. It allowed me to coach football. It allowed me to coach basketball. And now I've just kind of got in and found my niche. And I love the community. I love the area. Grew up in Plano. You know, I tell my friends all the time, say, hey, why don't you come back? I don't have to stop unless there's a train in town when I want to go somewhere. And that means a lot to me, you know. So it's home. You know, it's home. And I guess I think, you know, Johnny Toos told me a long time ago, don't ever say it's for sure. But I think it might be where I retire.
I was going to ask you. I was going to say I'm going to be a real jerk and put you on the spot. Does the 11-man game interest you at all?
You know, it did for a little bit there. You know, in fact, the year that we won the state championship in 15, I had some people approach me about a job in the 11-man world, some former players, and I was really intrigued by it and thought I might want to go do that, and leaned really heavily towards going and pursuing it. And I guess it worked out. I guess the good Lord kept me where I needed to be and gave me a state championship in 15. So at this point in my career, if I went that direction, I'd want to go and be a position coach. You know, coach on the the offensive side of the ball, in a position maybe, running backs, quarterbacks, or really feel comfortable, I think, on the defensive side with defensive backs. That'd be a good comfort zone for me.
One thing that's, one guy that you've got coming back that I know you're very excited about is Jared Pavelka, a guy who you did a great job coaching him to be 6'3" and 200 and something pounds.
Well, the biggest problem with Jared right now is he's kind of up in the air. He's had two pretty significant injuries, and so.
Oh, is that right?
We still have a glimmer of hope, but we're not real sure he's going to make the season. So,
oh wow.
That's tough, but we'll be fine without it.
Yeah.
I think the big issue for us right now is the changes that we're making in the coaching staff. I've been on the offensive side of the ball since 1999. I take that back. Since 1988, I've been on the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to switch this year. So I'm going to go to the defensive side of the ball. That's a big change. Kyle's called the defenses the last couple of years, and I just think we got some kids coming up that his style offensively fits, better. So we're going to go ahead and make that change this year, and that's probably the.
It's a brave new world in Abbott.
I'm telling you.
Another thing, who'd you make mad at the UIL?
Well, actually,
realignment came out.
When it came out, I don't want to say I was pleased because Blum and Aquila are in there.
Yeah.
Aquila has the potential to be extremely good. I don't know that they know how good they can be. Blum, super well coached with Cooper Thornhill, that was our defensive coordinator on our 2015 team. That guy, there's not many people that outwork him, But, the alternative was the district next to us with Coolidge and Milford in it. So it's all in how you look at things,
And Coolidge and Milford are going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're going to be really good. That game, I don't know when that game is. I'm sure it's like week 10 or something like that. I might have to be at that game.
I'm not sure when it is, but, and for us, they play a style that was going to really give us troubles this year. We're going to be low on numbers. We're going to be a little bit low on skill people, and to have to try and stop a Milford or a Coolidge was going to be very difficult. Take that and put it in perspective with Aquila and Blum. Those are teams that are going to line up and slow it down a little bit and run you over. We got a chance with them, a chance. So, some people see it as a bad draw, but I think it was really a good draw.
So, I'm really interested from your perspective. Because and correct me if I'm wrong, if my memory serves, but 2015, when you guys won the title, that was in Abilene.
Yes.
That was in Abilene, and then after that, they've moved the games to AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I've been in 2 state championship games as a head coach, 2012 and 2015, both of them in Abilene. So what do I think about it being in AT&T? I love it. I wasn't for it. I heard Dwayne Lee talk about this year, and Dwayne was adamant that we didn't need to move the games there because it took the choice out of the coach's hands, and he said, I was wrong. I'm in that boat too. I still wanted control over where we played that game. Felt like the venue might be a little bit too big. After we've experienced it, man, that is an awesome experience for our kids. That's a once-in-a-lifetime deal. And I hope we continue to keep the six-man game there.
I was the same way. I think I echo your exact sentiments. I was like, I don't know, this is going to be different and kind of un-six-man is what it was going to feel.
Exactly.
But then, you talk to the players afterwards, and they're just like the experience for them and the coaches to get to do that. And I also think that the ability, and not to toot the horn of somebody who signed checks for me, but like the fact that it's on Fox Sports Southwest and the fact that it's all part of rolled into those 11-man games, I think it's elevated the 6-man game to a level of popularity.
Well, and it still gives us hope that maybe even we'll get a tape delay or something on Fox Southwest. That's that's what we're looking for. To be honest with you, when we made the move, we felt like that was a potential benefit for our game. We understand, with the 45-point rule and TV and all, it's hard to do that. But there's some things that maybe we can do to advance our game with that. With going back to the Abilene deal, it might have been a benefit for us to be in Abilene in 15 because we were playing Kroll, who played back-to-back state championships in there. Our guys were going to walk into that stadium a little starry-eyed. They weren't. So, good Lord has a funny way of working things out for us, and I think being in Abilene was good for our kids. Our kids that were seniors played on a championship team or played in the championship against Throckmorton there in 12 as freshmen, so they were comfortable.
They were comfortable, and we're why don't we just plan on doing it again? How
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah,
We'll mark it down. Max, write that down. We'll do
Absolutely.
that. I'll go on the calendar. Thank you. Let's go to the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions. Brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick'sSportingGoods.com is where you can find that. Nothing on here is going to get you fired, but you are legally required to answer the question truthfully.
Required.
Yeah,
All right.
this is a binding verbal contract.
All right.
Go and give this thing a spin.
All right.
It's Terry Crawford from the Abbott Panthers. Dick'sSportingGoods.com sponsoring the Wheel of Questions. Fantastic. I want to know what your game day superstition is. What do you do on game day? It can be an hour before the game. It can be, it can be the morning when you wake up.
Yep.
What is your game day superstition?
I'm a creature of habit, and I have a routine on game day. I'm not a pep rally fan. I don't like pep rallies. So usually during pep rallies, I sit in my office and watch the pep rallies and start putting my game call sheets together. And then I always sneak off to take a nap before I come back.
They will
So
pregame nap.
the pregame nap. And, I live a block from the school, so a lot of times I can sneak away and get that nap in, but that's a big one.
Are you
for me.
antsy before a game? Are you jittery? Are you calm? What's your?
I used to be very, very jittery. Not anymore. I guess that comes with old age and wisdom. And it's funny to watch the young guys. I watch Kyle do that now. He gets really nervous. The bigger the game, the more nervous he is. I'm not. I'm a lot calmer now. I guess that started about the 15 state championship game.
Yeah.
I was very calm. Very calm. And I had some people, even made mention to that, said, you look remarkably calm. I said, hey, I feel confident in the game plan we have, and I've been here before, and I know that, the outcomes are going to be determined by the kids performing on the field, and me worrying about that's not going to do anything about that.
That's a great point. Well, hopefully we'll see you deep in the playoffs, and you can be calm for those games too.
There you go.
It's Terry Crawford, he's the head coach of the Abbott Panthers. Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you.